hate to admit this, this country is not as mature as it thinks it is. We elected Obama, and clearly the country freaked out. We're still living in that freak out. We are not as progressed and evolved and intelligent as we think we are because we keep freaking out about this stuff.
Well,
you know?
the left freak out too. The left freaked out about a lot of...
What did they freak out about?
Gender, race, parenthood, schools, homelessness, crime, the border, education. Like we stopped being a scientific people. Like it's not.
You want to know what the left is hoping for and is really shooting for? They're looking for breaks in our armor.
Yes, Oswalt is so stuck in his blue team bubble that he actually thinks the Democrats stay scientific, which is hilarious, especially when you consider Democrat COVID policies and gender ideology. They are literally the opposite of scientific. They had conversations with Bill a few hours ago. He actually said something that triggered a lot of people. This video is making round on social media. I don't know if you've seen this. Before we go into this video, first take a look at this.
Hey, good morning, everybody. All right, conservatives, this is going to be a video for you guys. You want to know what the left is hoping for and is really shooting for? They're looking for breaks in our armor, and they're finding it. I've seen people on here turn on the older millennial and other people along that ride. You know what we used to have? We used to have one united force. And you know what that united force did? It won us the biggest beatdown last November that the Democrat Party has ever seen. And they have been scrambling ever since. And I heard Tim from Timcast talking about this the other day. And since then, our party is like crumbling into conspiracy. Half of you are on campus, half of you are on Tucker, half of you are on, and now all the infighting starts. And you want to know what happens? The left comes and picks those chinks of that armor apart, and we get stronger, and they get stronger, and they get stronger. And our side, America First, the mighty fist that put Trump back in the White House and said enough with the lying media, enough with the lying social media influencers, and put our policies back in that White House to close the border, good stock market, handle inflation, handle the economy, all of these things being defunded, all of the spending money in Washington that keeps tricking away at our national debt. We put that back into the White House. And you want to know what's happening right now with all of this little conspiracy theory infighting? It's making our side weaker. And that's what the Democrats are hoping for. And you guys are just giving it to them.
This is exactly what is going on. This lady is right. If you look at the conservative movement after the Charlie's passing till date, things have not been the same. There is a divide. And liberals are digging these loopholes, enjoying it. You saw what happened in New York. It has not been a good journey so far. People are divided. There is a certain session that say, oh, Tucker is right, Kanye is right, this is right. And this has caused a lot of problems into the MAGA war. That is based on my observations and what this lady said on this video. And if Democrats take over the House, they are going to impeach Trump. And they will go after his family. That is for sure. So if people don't wake up, this is going to happen.
That united force, that united front is being slowly chipped away, and the armor chinks are starting to show. And you know who's getting in there? People on the left. They're hoping for that. They're wanting to break that down. They want you to not believe Trump. They want you to think that Trump is doing something evil. Haven't we played this before? How many more indictments, guys? How many more subpoenas from Trump? How many more Trump's this and Trump's that? Till it takes for you guys to start. I've even seen in comment section, some of you guys have lost faith in Trump and in his administration. And how does that work? Because you start watching social media, you see other people saying kind of crap, and you start to think, oh, am I wrong? Am I right? Am I what? Am I what? I want you to think about Easter Sunday under the Biden administration and what happened on that front lawn of Easter Sunday. Remember that, okay? Kids out there on that front lawn. You need to remember that, because I can see our armor starting to chink down. It's starting to break down, and you guys are allowing it to happen. And the more you allow this kind of garbage to happen, the more that we're going to give them midterms. Yep. I've already seen people in the comment section be like, oh, I voted for Trump and I'm starting to really regret my vote. What? What? No one ever said Trump was a perfect man. But what, now you're starting to regret your vote? So go ahead and just hand the Democrat Party the midterms, and everything that we've just worked for is going to be right back to where it was. People getting handouts from the federal government, all the things that you voted for with one mighty fist is going to be crumbling down valley. And I swear the people on the right are the worst when it comes. The left can say, we're going to mobilize and we're going to be out here all weekend long, and the streets are filled. And you guys are fighting over on social media.
Thank you. This is exactly what will happen. I saw this coming. If this movement cannot adjust, this will happen. That is the truth. A lot of people are easily being carried away by what they see on social media. Nobody said Trump was perfect. Coming in to say, oh, it was like this, it was, I always like to stay a little bit neutral when it concerns these issues. But when I see a little loophole people are exploited, I will always like to bring it so you can see exactly what is going on. Now going back into this video of Bill Maher leaves his guest visibly dumbfounded after yanking him out of his liberal bubble. I watched these videos over and over. I think I'm going to play that clip so you can see what Bill said here.
I hate to admit this. This country is not as mature as it thinks it is. We elected Obama, and clearly the country freaked out. We're still living in that freakout. We are not as progressed and evolved and intelligent as we think we are, because we keep freaking out about this stuff.
Well, the left freak out too. The left
They freak out about
gender, race, parenthood, schools, homelessness, crime, the border, education. Like we stopped being a scientific people. Like it's not scientific.
But the left certainly stayed scientific.
No, they didn't.
Why not?
Because they think gender bullshit that they went way too far with. That's not scientific.
But how did I'm not trying to. How did they go too far with like gender stuff? And I'm not trying to be,
instead of, well, if I was teaching children, what I would teach them is there is a default setting for the human being. That doesn't mean every person is that, and we should completely respect everyone who isn't that. But we understand that that's called a minority, and what makes us a great country is that we respect minorities. We don't think they're lesser just because they're lesser in numbers. That's not what we started to teach, which was that every baby is, I don't know, let's not even put it on the birth certificate.
Thank you guys who has been sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. Never stop to support me. As of the short clips you see at the end, that is for the YT algorithm. For people who still say they don't understand me, please continue to watch the videos. Along the way, you might start adapting to the way I speak.
So when people say democratic socialist, right? And I'm curious what you think this means. I mean, do you like capitalism?
No, I have many critiques of capitalism.
This is a country based on racism and slavery, and founded in it. There is systemic racism
and misogyny.
And there are people that I've never met anyone.
This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
And that was my first instinct.
Should have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's history.
Wait, when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats
because how many times do somebody asks
for
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
He's blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
Want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well,
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before. Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing an interview.